they would have done the testing, they would have seen all the metals in there, and they would have been like, oh, hell no, sis, you got to take that back to the lab and get that product way better before we distribute it to people. And this is why I felt the need to do this video and to talk about this today, because this is honestly one of the biggest issues with these companies. Following the death, listen to this, following the death of a patient and Herbalife products consumer, and I'm not. Are you okay with it now that you've read this? Because I think this is the time that we should get mad. Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're all doing very, very well. Today we have to take a quick minute and we have to talk about what is going on with Herbalife right now, because we got some shit going on, and you know, I like to talk about shit going on. So let's just roll, get right into it. Hold on, I'm gonna move this microphone closer. Yes, my family got me a microphone for Christmas because they don't want me to do YouTube. That makes sense, right? Right. So, Herbalife makes legal threats and gets heavy metals paper pulled. So, let's find out what's going on with Herbalife. The MLM police had posted this. I love her. She is on top of everything. If you ever want to follow a page that is literally like on top of everything MLM, go follow the MLM police. She's just always on top of everything. I feel like she's the one that knows the most out of all of us. So, after failing to challenge the scientific validity of a damning paper on Herbalife's products, the multi-billion-dollar MLM company resorted to legal threats to get it unpublished. Are we surprised? I don't think any of us are surprised. The research paper in question documented the finding of heavy metals in Herbalife products sold in India. Medical researchers published the study following the death, listen to this, following the death of a patient and Herbalife products consumer who died of acute liver failure. Herbalife and their products have now killed someone. Just sit with that for a minute. Sometimes when I do these videos, I have people that comment to me and they say, why are you just talking about these companies? They're not that harmful. Medical researchers published a study following the death of a patient and Herbalife products consumer who died of acute liver failure. Not that harmful, huh? 3 professors based out of Brazil contacted Elsevier, the original paper's publisher, to demand they retract the paper because of a lack of evidence. Oh, okay. Initially, now I'm going to mess up this name because I'm awful at names. I am so sorry. I apologize. I don't want to insult anyone. It's just, I'm not good at this. This speech thing, you know. So, initially, Elsevier did the right thing and asked the authors of the paper to address Herbalife's concerns. They did so, and Elsevier published both Herbalife's concerns and the author's rebuttal. As per the letter received by Elsevier, the authors are Flavo A.D. Zambrone, Cristiana L. Correa, and Ligia M.S. Amaral. Everybody clap for me, because that was really hard. All of whom work at Planetox. As per one of the authors of the original paper, Planetox is a company funded by Herbalife. So here we have a post that says, then came a letter to the editor, this time from a professional working at a company called Planet Talks, which also is funded by Herbalife. Dr. Zambrone wrote this letter trying to show weakness in our manuscript. The editor-in-chief of the journal asked us to reply to that letter. I need coffee for this. I need booze, but I don't have any, so coffee will have to do. Additionally, Dr. Zambrone reports grants from Herbalife's Nutrition Brazil outside the submitted work. The authors work at Planetix, that is a consulting company in toxicology, and had already provided advisory services in human health area for Herbalife Brazil. In the Planet Talks letter sent on Herbalife's behalf, the professors claim the content of the research is shallow, failing to meet minimal scientific quality criteria, which is funny because all of Herbalife's products actually fail to meet minimal scientific quality criteria. I'm just throwing it out there. They aren't FDA approved. They aren't approved by Health Canada. The irony. The letter casts doubt on the results found in the original paper without providing any conclusive errors in either the used methodology or findings. That's how you would disprove it. They didn't do that, so... And indeed, this was a point of contention in the original paper's author's reply. We were eager to go through their letter based on the title, which stated a necessarily critical review of our published study, but were despondent to realize the scantiness... I like that word. I like they use that word. The scantiness of constructive criticism and presence of unsubstantiated looming doubts from the authors, which we will gladly address. Addressing concerns raised by Zambrone and his colleagues, the authors wrote. Let's see what they say. Zambrone and colleagues stated that our study failed to meet minimal scientific quality criteria when in fact the study was designed as per CARE, case reporting guidelines, which they might be unaware. In our published study, we have presented complete details of Herbalife nutrition product use, discussed regarding concomitant drug use, and very meticulously excluded all other causes for acute liver failure, including a liver biopsy that did not suggest evidence for alcoholic liver disease, contrary to what Zambrone and colleagues have mentioned in their letter. The authors wrongly state that the patient consumed HLN products as per manufacturer recommendation. Dose and frequency of consumption were followed as per a nutrition club coach, who are essentially untrained, non-medical associates or sellers of HLN guidance. And that's part of the problem. None of the people that work for these companies are actually medically trained. They are not actual nutrition coaches. They have not gone to school for this. They are literally a stay-at-home mom that is signed on to a company, and now they're giving you weight loss and health advice. Yay! Zambrone et al. Also wrongly mentioned the recommended dose of a fresh energy drink. The label recommendation for the drink is 1 gram in 180 milliliters hot or cold water. It does not mention the frequency or safe limits for consumption as mentioned by Zambrone et al. The author's discussion in this regard is purely fictional. Furthermore, different HLN associate sellers recommend doses that conflict with the manufacturer recommendation as per their discretion. An important aspect of our study report sheds light on unscientific practices mixed with a commercial interest as a public health concern. Our analysis of the HLN products was based on high-quality, cutting-edge, and state-of-the-art methodology, which we have already discussed in the published report, which leaves no room for doubt regarding our conclusions based on the same. We invite the authors to go through our published report with more attentiveness and be percipient to finer details, since the title of their letter does not justify its content. The letter by Zambrone Al is far from critical and more of a feeble, knee-jerk reaction without scientific acumen to already known, satisfactorily substantiated, and reliable reporting on HLN-associated liver toxicity. Ultimately, the true essence of our report was to bring to attention the unmet need for herbal and dietary supplements to undergo strict testing in clinical trials, as for prescription drugs in the future in a better world to improve on public and user health. Do you know what? Agreed. I really do agree with that. I think that one of the major issues with these companies is honestly that supplements and dietary supplements, herbal supplements, weight loss supplements, all of these supplements and weight loss and vitamin and all those types of products, none of them actually go through a strict testing in clinical trials. None of them are FDA approved. Like I said, none of them are approved by Health Canada. None of them go through any kind of testing besides the testing that the company does. And they, like Herbalife, usually hire on a company to do the testing for them. And then ethics are in question. We do know that doctors get paid to say that products are safe when they're not. Scientists often get paid by companies to say products are safe when they're not. Unfortunately, just because you're a doctor or scientist, it doesn't mean you have integrity and ethics. Those things don't come together, unfortunately. So we really do need something that regulates this. We need to start testing these products and ensuring, and this shows us that. Because these products have not been properly tested and they've been getting distributed out, people have died. This is about somebody that passed away from liver failure after using the products. Let me just finish my rant and then I will. So we really do need something in order to ensure that this is safe. If we had something put in place, then these products would have been tested before they were ever sold. This person would not have died. They would have done the testing, they would have seen all the metals in there, and they would have been like, oh, hell no, sis, you gotta take that back to the lab and get that product way better before we distribute it to people. And this is why I felt the need to do this video and to talk about this today, because this is honestly one of the biggest issues with these companies, is the lack of testing, the lack of having to be approved by the FDA, by Health Canada. I'm sorry, I don't remember right now off the top of my head what it's called in the UK. There's a place in the UK that also does it. So we need that testing here in Western society to ensure that these types of things don't happen. This is an issue in our society, and it affects thousands of millions of people. 18 million people every year in the US alone sign up for MLM companies. Did you know that? It's a crazy number. That every year there's a minimum of 18 million people. The number is actually higher. I just don't have it memorized right now. But come on now. So that, when you think about all the health and wellness companies, that's like half of the companies, guys. It's like half the MLM companies out there are health and wellness at least, or vitamin supplement, weight loss, blah, blah, blah. So that's scary. That's a scary thing when you're thinking that there are millions of people out there that are taking these products. They've never been clinically tested. They've never been approved. And here we all are just taking them. We got people selling them. I find that scary. If it was an actual drug, the world would be flipping out. But since it's supplements, for some reason, everyone's just okay with it. And I'm not. Are you okay with it now? Now that you've read this? Because I think this is the time that we should get mad. That we should really be demanding that these agencies come into play and that they say, hey, you have to get approved by us now in order to sell these supplement products. So this wasn't the response Herbalife was looking for. Really? They weren't happy with that. They didn't like that. That didn't sit well with them. You don't say. So they hired lawyers in India who threatened the original paper's authors with legal action. This happens a lot. I'm going to tell you right now, those of us that make anti-MLM content, we get threatened all the time. We get threatened all the time. If you come out here and you want to be an anti-MLM advocate, you do have to keep in mind that the companies might sue you. The companies might do this to you. The companies might send you cease and desist letters. I know the Recovering Hunbot has gotten some from I can never say that stupid word. Genetic. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sure most of you watch her. If you don't, go subscribe right now. She's just amazing. Another fabulous, fabulous person that's on top of everything, who I absolutely love, adore, and trust with all of the information about these companies as well. And she's gotten letters. She's had companies try to shut her up. It happens. So you have to be kind of prepared for that as an advocate, that you might be getting lawyer involvement. Make sure that you have a lawyer. Make sure that your legal stuff is taken care of, because you might end up in court. So I just have to put that out there, because I've had a lot of people kind of like throw spade at me. And I'm like, no, sweetie, I know the laws. I'm prepared for what my job is. I've been doing anti-MLM for a while now, even before I was on YouTube. Been researching, know all the stuff. I mean, nothing compared to the Recovering Hunbot or the MLM police. I won't even pretend. But, I know my shit. So this is something that you definitely have to take into consideration. I know I went off on a little bit of a rant there, but I feel like I do have some new creators that watch me that have started channels because I started a channel. I've gotten some messages about that. So I just feel the need to put that out there and let everybody know, if you are watching me and this is something that you want to do, awesome. Write me a message. I'll help you in any way that I can. I'll let you know what programs I use, how I do my cartoons. I don't mind helping anyone start their channel at all. But again, be aware that legal action is something that can occur, even more so in this business than if you're just a normal commentary channel, let's say, who's just talking about other YouTubers, or even a drama channel that's just talking about drama. Those of us in this community really do have to be ready for legal action at all times. Just saying. So, as retold by one of the original paper authors, I received legal notice from a lawyer's firm based in Delhi advising me to provide proof of evidence regarding my study or face heavy legal action and a defamation suit. Defamation suits are also threatened on us a lot. I actually had Tom Brooks from 90 Day Fiancé get extremely angry with me about me telling everyone that he was a large part and a very big promoter of the Canadian MLM Organo Gold. And he threatened me last November with a defamation suit on my Instagram. We had a fun little back and forth. My Instagram people loved it. They fucking loved it. They all came out like, Tom, you're an MLM. It was fun. But, yeah, like he threatened. I'm still waiting. Tommy boy, I'm still waiting for that defamation suit. I'm still watching your every move, Tom Brooks. Just letting you know. I got another video coming for you next year. So, you could sue me then. I'll be waiting. So yeah, they threaten that a lot. Again, I'm still waiting for my defamation suit to happen. I got one that I'm putting through towards somebody else, but I'm still waiting for the Tom Brooks one to happen to me. I'm waiting. I think it will be funny, but they're trying to shut them up. That's all it is. A lot of times they think that if you get a threat of that you'll just oblige. Like, you'll be like, oh no, they might take me to court. Oh, shut down channels, shut down the report, shut it all down. Don't. Honestly, if a company took me to court, I'd go meet them in court. We would be doing the thing. Because if I'm doing a video about a company, I've researched that company, and there's chances are that there's other advocates out here that have also researched that company and talked about that company. It's a well-known MLM company, unless I find a new one like Earthly Wellness, in which case then I get to announce to the world it's actually an MLM, and people get mad at me and threaten lawsuits again, and I'm still waiting for that one too. But basically it's like, I know my shit. I know you're an MLM. I know you're ripping people off. So if you want to take me to court, I'll go to court with you, and then I'll prove to the whole court that you're a pyramid scheme. And then I'll take you to the FTC. And then I'll make sure they sue you. We can have great fun. It will be lots of fun. Lots of fun. Your company will get shut down. Like, that's what I mean. Just take it right to it. Just do it. Do it. For civil court, you don't need a lawyer. It is I would get one. For something like this, especially because the companies are going to have business lawyers. They're going to try to fuck you over. And so you're probably going to want a lawyer for this kind of thing. If I was just going to court with another YouTuber, I wouldn't get a lawyer. That would be a waste of my time. But if you're going to court facing a company, multi-million-dollar company, especially with a whole law firm, probably, you should probably get yourself a lawyer and go in there. But don't worry, you'll probably win. Always dot your I's, cross your T's, and you'll be all good to go. So, again, not receiving the response they were looking for, you don't say. Herbalife directed the law firm to go after Elsevier. Now, this is where, of course, they're going to get personal now. They're like, okay, we'll try to take everybody on to get this shut down. Oh, you're not going to just shut it down with our threat? Oh, okay. Well, now we're going to go directly at you. It happens a lot, actually. People have been sued by MLM companies a lot, guys. I did a video on all of the Monate lawsuits because Monate has sued a whole bunch of their ex-distributors and customers for speaking out about the harm the products cause them. So people do get sued. The law firm Herbalife hired, did not respond back, but then they did something terrible. They started harassing the Journal and its editorial board. They served multiple legal notices to them behind our back. This was the last straw. The Journal's editor-in-chief was threatened, and the publisher panicked. Using the legal system to bully is what this is. I don't know how else to put it. I literally just sat here for a few seconds thinking in my head, like, is there any other way? No, that's literally what happened here. They used the legal system to bully them. Awesome. So Elsevier conducted a re-review of the original paper as per COPE guidelines. The re-review came back clean with no errors. In light of the re-review, Elsevier's review committee advised them to retain the published study. So, in other words, the study's correct. Everything that they did is perfectly fine. There is metal in the goddamn product, and they've even gone back and double-checked it again because they got threatened so much. And no, sorry Herbalife, We were right. Your threats had us going a little bit, but no, we were right. We were right. Screw you and your medals. That's basically where we're at. So still, Herbalife's hired law firm persisted with legal threats. I think they should hire another law firm. It sounds like this law firm is a little bit too gung-ho with this. I think they need to calm down. It's so weird to me when I hear law firms acting like this. Like with like power plays and threats and I don't know. Like I'm like, again, integrity, ethics, those things don't exist to lawyers, I guess. Okay. So, without my consent, without co-author's consent, the journal and the publisher decided to remove the article from all online sources to satisfy the big company and reduce legal tension. Money won and science failed. So they were bullied. Again, that's where we're at with this. They have been bullied. Elsevier is a COPE member. COPE is an organization that provides guidance and best practices on publication ethics. As per COPE guidelines, when a retraction is made, the original paper should still remain available. In violation of COPE guidelines, Elsevier removed access to the paper. My take. If the paper is flawed, then by all means challenge it and have it retracted. Resorting to throwing money at lawyers to get genuine research unpublished is appalling conduct from Herbalife. Herbalife's products containing harmful amounts of heavy metals is not something that should be swept under the carpet. I hope that they republish the paper. I echo Science Integrity Digest's hope that the authors of the original paper find a publishing house with more courage that will republish their paper. So, they ended up taking the paper down, which I would personally not have done. I would have decided that we're going to court. We're going to court, baby. We're going to court. So, if you don't know me, hi, I am someone that is all about free speech. I hate censorship, and I think that this is absolutely awful just because of that alone. Just that part that's the surface problem of this, is that censorship happened with lawyer threats to a publication from a company. Then you have the fact that this company's products are harmful. They're harmful. They've been proven to have harmful metals in them. That is worrisome. If you are using Herbalife products, please stop. They could be very harmful for you because somebody has now died of liver failure from using these products. And the company is trying to shut up anyone that talks about it. Hi, Herbalife. Nice to see ya. You can copyright strike me. You can try and get my video taken down. I'm not going to take my video down. I'll probably be here talking about your metal shit next year too. We're going to be on you like that. You're not getting away with this. That's what's worrisome to me. The underlying problem in all of this is, of course, our societal issue of how these products are not meant to be scientifically and clinically tested, approved by places like Health Canada, the Food and Drug Administration, etc., 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 all the agencies that need to approve these products. Like I said, supplements oftentimes don't need to go through this, and we should change those laws. I think a bunch of us need to start getting together and we need to start lobbying in order to get those laws changed. I am here in Ottawa. That is where our parliament is, and I am willing to go down to parliament myself and start getting on their asses over this. I don't know what we have to start doing, but I am willing to do it. So if anyone out there would like to get a team together with me so that we can all get together, figure out how we can actually start to write laws that say that this stuff needs to be tested just the same as everything else. We can start lobbying at Parliament, talk to them about the MLM, how they're actually bad. I think it's about time that we really start doing this. We have Billboard going up in Utah. We've been saving money for it, fundraising for it. A bunch of us have donated to it. And so That's a good step to raise awareness. We have a lot of people right now that are actually doing articles in magazines, newspapers on MLMs. Often I get a lot of emails and requests from people to do school projects, to do articles, to do like interviews for an article, interviews for school projects. University people are starting to study the MLM business model, and they want to talk to those of us that have been in them. And a lot of them come to YouTube and find us. And I'm kind of a smaller person out here, so they write me a lot because they're like, this one might actually respond. So, you know, I feel like things are in motion for our community right now. It's really starting to grow. It's really starting to get the attention that we have been trying to get for years now. And we need to really start taking this to government more. So let me know. All of my links to all of my social medias are down in the description below, except I am booted off of Facebook because of snowflakes right now from the Suit Yourself community. It's so weird to say that. They have a bunch of snowflakes over there. Who knew? So you can't get a hold of me on Facebook, but you can still get a hold of me on Instagram, and you can still get a hold of me on Discord, although I'm not on Discord that often, so Instagram's probably your best bet. Or just write me a comment underneath this video and tell me how to get a hold of you, and I will come and I will find you. That sounds scary. I know. Especially coming from me. I know. But it will be worth it, I promise. Because again, I think we should start, you know, really taking this to the government now and being like, change these laws. So no matter where you are or what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous, fabulous day. I was going to change my outro, but then people got mad at me. I'm apparently at that point now where I have to have the same intro for every single video or else people get mad. So, no matter where you are or what you're doing, I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous day. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting me throughout this year. I think it has been a hard year for everybody, and I think that we just need a lot more positivity over here going forward, so let's do that. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!